My name is Baggett, and I'm an architect working here in Dallas, mostly doing residential architecture. Architecture affects the way that we live. It can have positive or negative effects on how we live, even though people really sometimes don't even know that. So I like creating homes. I like understanding the way people live and trying to do a home that's going to best suit the way that they live. One of the things that I say about myself is I'm an ego-less architecture, in that I don't have a style, because most of my work is a reflection of my clients. So my goal is to create a space that works for them. This particular house, that when the client came to us, I think one of the things that was most important was a house to entertain in. They like to entertain, they love having, small groups or big groups of people over. It was important that we had a house to entertain in. It's around 3,600 square feet. It's 3 bedrooms, so there's 2 bedrooms, and one can be a guest room. One can be a study or an office. What's unique about this house is the master bedroom. We actually have 2 master bedrooms, and they each have their own room to sleep in. They've been together for years and years and years, and this is how they've always lived, so this is how they wanted this house to be. There's 2 masters, each with their own bath. They each have their own closet, and in the middle there's like a common dressing area. So when they're in the bathrooms and when they're in the closets, they can come together in a sort of a little meeting space, but they still have their own space. You'll come into an entryway with a piano, and then we have a large dining, living kitchen, sort of open to one another. A fireplace that splits in between the living room and the dining room. It's just a nice, low ribbon fireplace, but it's actually a cantilevered piece. So the fireplace outdoors and the fireplace inside, it's all one unit, and there's a huge piece of steel that covers both of them and is literally carrying the weight of the brick above it. But it's a cool element. There are lots of materials in the home. One of the things I think that you see in my architecture is a lot of times I tend to take the exterior material and continue it inside. I just think it helps make the inside flow to the outside. We're always trying to capture that, where inside and outside flow together, making the space feel bigger. There's brick, and we actually used Resista siding on this project, which is a synthetic material and a sort of green material. When you look at the cabinetry in this house, the cabinetry veneer is actually a plastic laminate, and most people are going to have no idea that it's a laminate. They're going to think it's a wood veneer. It was a great way to spend money wisely. There were several old existing trees on the site that we sort of designed around. In the front, there's 3 large, beautiful trees, and they were not in the building area, so that was easy to go around. There was a large tree in the back that we sort of L'd the house around. The house abuts Inwood, which is a noisy street, but I think the landscape architect did a great job with the pool. We have a water element. We knew that was important to have moving water to create the sound, and we have a fence and lots of landscaping to sort of block that side. I think it's just a nice contemporary house that doesn't feel sterile. I think that one of the things that people say about my work is that it's still warm and inviting, but it's more contemporary. A lot of times people have the misconception that a contemporary house is cold and needs to be white, when that's not necessarily the case.